Greetings, wonderful people, men and women of good conscience and lovers of freedom all over the globe. We welcome you back once again to our news digest this day. Today is Tuesday, the 20th day of September 2022. Of course, we must say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. This is coming from the desk of Nikki Bobby. We are bringing you a live broadcast today because of the situation that surrounds us and when it is necessary that we share it with you. Of course, before we go into it fully, we just want to use this opportunity to implore you, if you in any way derive value from the information we do bring to you, do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button as well as to share our message to those who might need it. You can go along to give us thumbs up because, likes. By so doing, some other people will be able to track our information that we are bringing to you. YouTube will in such way share it to other people that they will be able to see it. Once again, we welcome you. We thank you. Just like Mr. Bobsy just said, whoever said that he will not be alive and see Biafra, of course, grave, we have to prize the person. And that is the reality of life. Yesterday, there was a routine visit that was made by our barrister Aloy Ejimako, as well as barrister Ifanye Ejiofor and the younger brother to Nnamdi Kanu in the dungeon of the DSS. Barrister Ifanye Ejiofor later published and wrote, but we were not able to bring this latest update to you yesterday because of some of our circumstances. But it is necessary that we pass it along so that people across the globe will be able to understand what is going on, the situation of things as regards to what is happening in the dungeon of the DSS. This issue, there is a lengthy publication that Barrister Ejiofor just gave to our people. It is necessary that you get to understand. He emphasized that Nnamdi Kanu's health is not really in the best situation. Of course, we know it before now. It is necessary that Nnamdi Kanu attract the best hand as regard to medical practitioners. But till this particular point in time, the DSS of the Zoological Republic has refused, has denied the professional visits of some medical experts to Nnamdi Kanu, and this is what we are making people understand. Barrister Ifanye Ejiofor wrote and said the court's order is gravely flouted with impunity by the DSS, as effort made by Onyendu's personal doctor to see him at the DSS facility where Onyendu is currently being detained was refuted. They rejected him. This is the DSS. This is the action of the DSS. Presently, Onyendu is experiencing gastrointestinal order, which requires regular intake of anticide and other valid medical solutions following persistent heartburn. But unfortunately, the DSS have denied him the list of prescribed painkiller and tablets. These are the things that is needed for Nnamdi Kanu to rest his situation and get relieved. But of course, he further went on to say that the erudite leader, the council of the legal team, Chief Michael Zekome, has really swung into action immediately to ensure immediate end to this maltreatment and impunity. Nevertheless, he said that we still deem it compelling to place the world on notice, and that is why we are bringing it to you. Not that action has not been taken, there has been action taken as regard to this. But of course, you see what is going on in the United Kingdom. Some of the bunches of the African presidents went to UK. They said they went for the burial of Eliza. Of course, they packed them in one bus. That's to tell them how devalued they are. And none of them can stand for their rights. This is the situation. But we are using this opportunity to let all of them know, the Zoological Republic and the Fulanese. Of course, the masquerade is somewhere attending the UN convention. That's the situation. And the UN has already given an order that the Zoological Republic should let Nnamdi Kanu go. But look at the situation. Information we are passing to them, it is necessary that they adhere to that simple instruction, because I don't think that they will be able to withstand what is coming on their way. I really deem it necessary to discuss some important issue with our people, and some of our people who really believe and feel that they are still Biafrans. They said that they understand what is going on as regard to being IPOB. But I understand to a certain extent that some of them does not really know what they are preaching at some points. This ideology, this issue of claiming that Biafra is landlocked. Honestly, I do not really know why people continue repeating that before now. In our former Nikki Bobby, I took out time to express that, to explain it to our people. I did about 2 broadcasts as regard to it, that Biafra is not landlocked. If it is the Biafra that I know, the one that I come from, the one that we are struggling for its restoration, Biafra is by no means being landlocked. And that is why I've deemed it necessary again, because since these few days ago, I have had the opportunity to discuss it with some people. They continue maintaining that Biafra is landlocked. Who is saying so? You heard the propaganda that the Zoological Republic is being carried, and you yourself trying to key in and saying that Biafra is landlocked. It is not. Even though our landmass is not as gigantic as some other countries you might be thinking of, it doesn't mean that Biafra is landlocked. We have land, we have body of water, we have sea, we have ocean. Just to address this one again, so that not when you say that you're an IPOB member, you continue preaching to people that Biafra is landlocked, so that you clarify yourself on these notes. I want to take you down to what the meaning of landlocked means. A country that is said to be landlocked. See, go to Google, you will see what is written here. It says a landlocked country is a country that does not have territory connected to an ocean and whose coastline lie on in the Indus Basin. It's a simple definition. A country that does not have territory connected to an ocean. And when you talk about coastlines lying on the Indus region, let me treat that first. Let me analyze it. It's just like a situation where you have a lake, a body of water that's a lake that doesn't flow. That's the meaning of Indus. But in Biafra land, we have varieties of bodies of water that flows from the sea, from river into the ocean. We have River Niger here. If you go to Iguacha, we have a body of water that the sheep do dock. You go to Akwa Ibom State, you go to Cross River State, you go to Ebonyi State. We have water. How then do you prove to people and say that Biafra is landlocked? Is that necessary? If you do not understand this English, you better go and do research before coming out to preach to people that Biafra is landlocked. We are not landlocked. Biafra is a free nation. We have all the resources. We have the river. We have the sea. We have the ocean. When you talk about being landlocked, it's when you talk about a country that's being surrounded by other countries that doesn't have entrance to river, to sea, to ocean. Do you understand that? It's as simple as ABC. So before you start preaching, of course, I am not referring to everyone that's listening to me. A group of people that I want this message to be passed across to, they are listening to me, and I believe they will be able to hear me. This is the truth of the matter. We have a body of water. Go and make your research. You will come to understand what we are saying, and you will focus on things that are meaningful to preach. Again, I just want to go into this again. Most of our people do not understand what freedom fighting means. If you do not have a coordinated organization, a coordinated group, how then do you think you will be able to get your freedom? Freedom fighting is not a child's play. It's not beans. Freedom fighting is not just I shoot the bird, the mumsy fly, this and that. No. You have to have a coordinated organization. And you have to join that organization. You have to join the movement. If you must key in, you don't come out and start forming different organizations. At the end of the day, you achieve nothing. Today, we have seen people, they come out, they said that they are forming their own ESN. Why don't you go and call it a different name? If you must form a different security outfit, why don't you go and name it differently from what IPOB established before now? These are the questions that we should ask ourselves. You do not come and jump into an organization and try to mess up the organization up. It doesn't flow. I was just listening yesterday to a particular voice record that was made by one of the former DOS that has been expelled from DOS, a lady, a woman. She said that she was fighting the DOS in order to defend somebody who is not an IPOB member, somebody who is not entitled to be at the position because he wasn't qualified. She has not been able to make those comments before now. Only when she was removed from DOS because she played the saboteur's role. That was why she was removed. So many people were clapping for her. But I ask myself, is it here how we'll be able to get what we want? Anyone that maybe falls short because of one or two misbehavior will not turn around and start fighting the leadership. Is it how you'll be able to get it? What we are doing here is giving you a light sensitization of what it means to fight for freedom, to believe and stand for what you want. That is freedom. So many people today you see that are carrying flag, Biafran flag, moving from one place to other, shouting they want freedom. They don't even know what freedom is all about. Because if they know, they will be much disciplined. They wouldn't wait for the leadership to give them discipline. They will by themselves discipline themselves because what they are fighting for is valuable. That is why I said, one of my last broadcasts, that most people refuse to really key in to the very ideology of IPOB, although they are claiming that they are IPOB. But a lot of them has refused to key in. Why? It's because they do not read. It's because they do not go back to search for the history. It's because whatever our forefathers passed through, they do not care. And they prefer to remain in that situation today. If you sit down, go back to the land of history and find out what our people, our forefathers, our ancestors were passed through in those days, then you'll be able to appreciate the very big mess you are. If at this point you do not know you are under slavery, that is why I continue making these comments. You have to go back to basic school. We are under slavery. And that is why we are doing everything necessary to get out of it. So when you do come, of course, I do attribute that it could be some of the Fulanese. Of course, it could as well be some of the Fulefus who do come always to fight the leadership. When you are fighting the leadership that's carrying, navigating the boats, every time you are fighting them, where do you think it will lead you to? And that's boiled down to what I'm going to tell you right now. Even to those who are claiming to be IPOB, those who are claiming to fighting for the restoration of Biafra, and as well as other people, those who believe that they are Nigerians, and they believe that it is time for there to be an Igbo presidency. Those people do not actually know where they are. Because in the minds of those whom you believe that you are running the zoo together, they know themselves and they know that there is nothing like Nigeria. No one is a Nigerian. That is what the Northerners believe. The last few days ago, the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, he started making some quotes of Azikiwe, of Tafawa Balewa, of those early people who really said that they were the father of the Zoological Republic, where they said that Nigeria doesn't exist. It's just a mere geographical expression. It is now that Jonathan, after ruling for 6 years or thereabouts, he now realized it even when he was in the position to change things. Now he realized it. At the same way that some people, some youths today, who say that they are fighting for Nigeria, that they are one Nigeria, they have not come to realize it. That is why every time I am sensitizing our people, I will be telling them, I am not against P2B. I am not against him for anything. Right now, I am not a supporter of the zoo. I am not a supporter of one Nigeria. But within those who believe that they are supporters of one Nigeria, take your time and see how things are playing around. Just take your time to ponder over those things, to reflect. Take yourself back to the memory line and see how things are going. If you believe that you are one of the zoo people, if you believe in the ideology of one zoological republic, then go back to the memory lane and see what is going on. There are those who are preaching Biafra. They say they want Biafra. But in as much as this, their 1 million march, 500 men march, 2 million men march are going on, they have joined them. They have joined them. These are the people whom the breeze are pushing hitatitu. They don't even know where they are standing. If they hear about Biafra, they jump into Biafra. If they hear about Nigeria P2B, they jump into. So they don't know where they are standing. So if you look towards these ones, if you focus on them, thinking that you will derive strength from them, nothing will happen. These are the ones that will bring you out and pour you on the ground. Let me show you why I said once again that there is no Nigerian and there is no one Nigeria. Look at listen carefully as I'm going to play this audio and understand the very concept of the Northerners. So when some of you are busy jumping, our one Nigeria, our dear Nigeria, we have to rebuild Nigeria, you have to. Who gave you the name? Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB has opened everyone's eyes how the name Nigeria came about. And in fact, it's a shameful thing that somebody from the territory of Biafra will be jumping up and shouting, one Nigeria. They want to rebuild Nigeria. They want to make Nigeria work. At what point? Now look at what the Northerners believe.
To my northern Christian brothers and sisters, specifically for you. Why? Because if you go to the south, to the southeast, to the southwest, a Christian from northern part of Nigeria is a northerner. Simple. If there are breakdown of laborers in Enugu, they kill everybody, whether a Muslim or Christian coming from the north. This is the record that is on ground. Nobody can deny this. Christians of northern extraction, think wisely, act wisely, behave wisely. You have no business voting a southern candidate based on Christianity. At the end of the day, his agenda is not you. His agenda is his own tribe. If you pick Obi, his agenda is not Christianity. He could be a fantastic Catholic. But below the Catholicism, he is a die-hard Biafra. If you vote Obi, you are voting for Biafra. No missing of the words. If you vote for Biafra, you are voting for the destruction of the North. Tell me, a Christian from Taraba, Nasarawa, Kogi, Kwara, Kaduna, Kebbi, Sokoto, Bauchi, Gombe. Tell me what you drive, the benefit you drive by voting Obi. Just tell me one single benefit. And the answer is there is none. If you want to know the answer is true, go to Enugu, go to Aba, go to Inewi, go to Akwa Ibom, go to every part of the South as a Christian.
Well, look, here is the point, and I hope that you heard it clearly. These are the concepts of the Northerners. They believe that there is no Nigeria. That's why I'm reiterating this fact. They believe that there is no Nigeria in anything. They believe to be tribalistic. Yes, but the fact is that sometimes people do misinterpret the word tribal. Or should I say tribe? It's not a word that you should misinterpret. It's by nature. If you sometimes you say your own people confessed, your family confessed, your relative confessed. That's being tribal. Is it not true? Before you start doing to other people, carrying out any of your, this thing you want to give to them, to outsiders. I mean your charity to outsiders. This is how it is. But let's just break it down. This is the message that the Northerners are passing across. This man is addressing a population of over 1,000 persons sitting in this hall. He tells them, and he's reasoning with them. He's being logical. He's asking them what benefits would they derive from voting P2B. These, presumably, are those who believe in one Nigeria. Have you now come to understand that there is no one Nigeria in any definition, in any concept? He said P2B is for Biafrans. He will equally do for his tribe. Now let's come to the ideology, to the effects, to the area of religion. We talk about Christianity. He was brainwashing those Christians from the north. He said, if you are a Christian from the north, you have no business with the Christians in the east. You have no business with the Christians in the west. Do you understand? So all these things, people are jumping out, jumping up, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. I was just like being shocked. Those who have been claiming to be fighting for Biafra, IPOB, last week, they have turned overnight. They are marching for 1 million march for P2B. But as you are jumping up, calling one Nigeria, look at what these people are telling their people. That there is no one Nigeria anywhere. If you are from north, you are from north. If you are a Christian in the north, you are a Christian in the north. Forget about Christianity in the south. This is what they are saying. Now, in the west, about 2 weeks ago, the Westerners, they have made their own comment. They said, if you want to lose your resources, if you want to lose your economy in Lagos or in Yoruba, then vote in P2B. They said, because P2B, it means that there will be sure that in Iguacha, as well as in Delta states, there will be seashore, where ship will be docking. As such, the Yorubans doesn't want such a thing to exist. So at what point are you looking at this entire issue, this entire scenario, and continue shouting, you are one Nigeria? How can you now put this together and analyze what you're saying? It doesn't work at any point. This is the very concept of the North. Whenever they come to you and say they are one Nigeria, you want to create problem in Nigeria, is because their own person is there. Now, this can tell you the reason why they voted in the so-called Buhari then. Because they want Buhari is a Northerner and they want him to do things for the North. In other words, the East or the South or the West, it doesn't concern them. They are not part of what they are doing. Now, in this case, they are telling you, do not vote in somebody from the East. Because if you vote for somebody in the East, you are voting for Biafra, and the Biafra in turn will destroy the North. This is the concept. This is the philosophy that this man is preaching here. Those want Nigeria from the East, are you hearing it? I have heard it a lot from the West, from the North. They have made this comment categorically, consistently, since over 1 month now. They have been saying it. Do not vote for B. The Northerners are saying, do not vote for B. The Westerners are saying, do not vote for B. But I have never heard from the East where somebody say, do not vote for somebody in the North. Do not vote for somebody in the West. I've not heard. In fact, as a matter of fact, Ojo Kalo is busy campaigning and saying that he must make sure that Tinubu will take over as a governor. Do you understand? He's not even talking about Toby. And all the slaves who are involved in the government of the Zoological Republic politics, they are saying that P2B has no structure. That is what they're saying, that P2B has no structure as such, that he will not be voted in. This is the same people from the west, from the east, the so-called slave of the Fulanese. Now, the one in Nigeria, can you understand what is going on? Do you now understand? Can you now begin to appreciate the total mess you are into when you continue fighting for Nigeria? The best thing that will work for you is for you to turn around and do the needful. That needful, I always look forward to envisage the future, which is the best thing. The earlier you start fighting for Biafra, the better for you. Don't just go around and start saying you're fighting for Nigeria. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Ojo Kalo earlier today said that why he is fighting for Tinubu to take over as the president is that after Tinubu, that Tinubu will hand over to him. That sounds like a super story, right? Ojo Kalo is not an Igbo man. He's a Fulani descendant. So when you say he's signing over, Tinubu will hand over to him, to who? Or maybe you'll be thinking it's an Igbo man he's handing over. No. He's still a Fulani man, Ojo Kalo. And as things are going wrong, south, everything is clashing down in the Zoological Republic. ASU is on strike. Students are protesting. Let the government do the needful so that they will come back to school. But sometimes you ask yourself, what type of school? What are they learning in Nigeria? Because they have crashed down the educational system. You go to school after 5 years, you learn nothing. You learn absolutely nothing. Today, the wife of the so-called president just announced that her daughter has graduated from a university in UK. Tell me, what concerns the Fulanis with your education? What we are asking is to find a way to create a civilized society, and on that we believe that it is Biafra that will bring it to us. Stop creating sects within the movement that is fighting for this restoration of Biafra. That is the main message that we are bringing to you. And we are sensitizing you about what Biafra stands for, what Biafra is supposed to be. Do not go around to preach what you do not know. Biafra is not landlocked. We have seas, we have ocean. These are the important things you should put at the back of your mind any point in time if you want to defend Biafra. Stop creating sets, because the more you continue dividing this force, the more we are having challenges. We will continue doing our best because we believe that Biafra is our last bus stop and our destination. Like I always say, that we are Biafrans. And it is in Biafra land that all of us have our citizenship. And until Biafra is fully restored, we will not rest. May you remain safe and blessed wherever you may be.